Yay, we're here. Welcome back, y'all, to the Chaos Club Reads and possibly even spoils. I am Megan.
And I'm Rachel. So I just bought The Emperor of Gladness by Ocean
Ooh,
Vuong. I do think that if I were a betting lady, and I'm not, I think sports betting is bad. Um, yeah, just PSA, don't do sports betting. Anyway,
sure.
it's ruining everything, honestly. But I would say if I were a betting lady, that this will be on all the book award lists this year. I think
Okay.
this is going to
Okay.
be on the National Book Award list. I think it's going to be on the Pulitzer list. So I really want to get this read. Every interview I've seen with him, I cry. So I was like, I have to get this book. I've not read his other
Yeah.
book, and
Okay.
I don't remember what his other one's called right now. But this one, oh, On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. That's the other one that he wrote that's like quite famous. But I am really excited. I read like the opening page of it just to kind of get a vibe. And I was like, oh, this is going to be one of those books that you want to savor. The prose is beautiful. It's very like,
Hmm.
it's just this is somebody that knows how to tell a story. The story,
Yeah.
though, just to give everyone an idea of the cover copy here, I think it sounds very interesting. It says, one late summer evening in the post industrial town of East Gladness, Connecticut, 19-year-old High stands on the edge of a bridge in the pelting rain, ready to jump when he hears someone shout across the river. The voice belongs to Grazina, an elderly widow succumbing to dementia, who convinces him to take another path. Bereft and out of options, he quickly becomes her caretaker. Over the course of the year, the unlikely pair develops a life altering bond, one built on empathy, spiritual reckoning, and heartbreak, and the power to transform High's relationship to himself, his family,
Hmm.
and a community on the brink. Does that not just sound amazing to you?
It sounds good.
I know.
Sounds good.
Cannot wait.
Yeah.
Okay, that's number
Yeah.
one. And number two,
Carry our
vampires.
butt. Oh, yes. Okay.
This is,
Oh,
yes,
okay. This
Career
is
of Bones
vampire.
in the
She's branching
Dark
out.
is V.E. Schwab's new book. I'm very excited about it. This is a story that,
Is this the first you read by her?
yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I do
Okay.
have Vicious, and I've not read Addie LaRue, but like I think I'm going to start with this one and then go back and
Hmm.
read Vicious because I've heard such good things about Vicious, and I don't want to read
Yeah.
Vicious and then if this isn't as good, I'll start here.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But this is about a
Yeah.
story about three women, and it's about vampires. Three young women, their bodies
Okay.
planted in the same soil, their stories tangling like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. Yeah, lady
Yeah.
vampires, sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yes. Yes. I've read she like V.E. Schwab does really good. So if y'all don't know, V.E. Schwab writes under a couple of different names. So if you have heard of the invisible life of Addie LaRue, that's a V.E. Schwab. She also writes under Victoria Schwab, and she does kind of like all of her books kind of have that fantasy, horror, thriller, supernatural element to them, but some are young or YA, some are adult, all of that stuff. But one of the books that I read, she did a standalone called Gallant, and it's kind of like about like a haunted house, kind
Mm.
of like an old family house. I really liked that one. So I do recommend that one. I'm trying to remember what else I might have read. I think I read City of Ghosts, which is like her YA
Yeah.
start to a YA series.
She has a
So yeah,
pretty significant backlist. I've not read any. I've
yeah,
heard great
yeah,
things.
yeah,
Addie LaRue, I
yeah.
plan on reading this fall. I've just been putting it off, but I wanted to get to it last fall, but obviously I didn't because I was reading other things. This is how this goes for me. As I said already, S.A. Crosby's new book, cannot wait. Oh my gosh, is about a guy who is, I think he's living in, and he gets a call from his sister telling him that their father's in a coma from a hit and run accident. So he has to go back up to Virginia. All his books are set in Virginia, which as a
Okay.
I grew up in Virginia.
Yay!
I love,
Hometown rep. Love it.
and all his like landmarks, and it's all very spot on to the Virginia. I assume
Yeah.
you're getting that vibe as you're reading. I thought they did a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
job in Razorblade Tears with that.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he gets home and he learns that the accident isn't what it seems. His brother Dante is deeply in debt to dangerous, ruthless criminals. So it's going to be great. I'm so
Yeah.
excited about this book.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just obsessed with this man. He can do no wrong in my mind.
Well, not one of Joe Abercrombie's books is available to borrow.
I'm sorry. Um,
So perhaps I will splurge and buy one.
get the
Because the
beautiful.
devils, I'm like, okay, I might not be able to wait.
I think
I
it's,
might need to.
I know. And then
Yeah,
finally, he's
please.
predictable, but he's
Yeah,
good. It's
yeah, yeah.
formulaic.
You know you're gonna enjoy it no matter what it's about.
You know, it's
Love it,
not, the
love it.
stakes are never super high, and it's fine.
Yeah,
But do I love
yeah.
Riley Sager? Yes. Will I read pretty much any Riley Sager that comes out? Yes. Did people hate Middle of the Night last year, and did I love it? Also, yes. Like, I am okay with the fact that Riley Sager writes Love the Road books. There's nothing fascinating about them. They're
Right,
just
right.
good, fun palate cleansers. This one,
Yeah.
to me, looks really interesting. I've also read The Only One Left by him. Great end pages as well. I love it. It has very like Agatha
Oh,
Christie
interesting.
kind of
Nice,
vibes to
nice.
me. So basically, the little headline, great headline. One train, no stops, a deadly game of survival in revenge. And this is basically a lady named Anna has lured the people responsible for her family's downfall onto a luxury train from Philadelphia to Chicago, go Chicago, an overnight journey of 13 hours. And she's going to confront all the people that wronged her, get them to confess their crimes, and then deliver them to the hands of authorities waiting at the end of the line. But the situation becomes derailed by the murder of one of the passengers. And then as the train barrels through the night, it becomes clear that someone else on board is enacting their own form of revenge. They won't stop until everyone is dead. So it's a very, and then there were none kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Like,
I was kinda like, is this just like Train to Busan, unfortunately, without zombies?
yeah,
Is
Train to
that
Busan Without Zombies. Oh my gosh. We should transition. So those are my summer reads.
Yeah.
They're going to the top. I have a million other things, but we should talk about
Yes.
summer.
Yes, let me do my
Oh,
upcoming,
yeah, go
like,
ahead.
immediately upcoming,
Yes,
and
go.
then we'll talk about all
Okay.
the other summer entertainment.
Okay.
So, I must be the only English lit person who's never read Dickens. I can't stand Dickens. I'm sorry, all you people. But I am very interested in this book. It's called Fagin the Thief. So it's all about that main character from the Dickens novel, but it's all about like his backstory.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm curious about this. I am familiar enough with the storyline that I'm like, okay, I will be curious where we take this character. And then, as I mentioned, I got the Hunger Games. I need to read that. And then I'm reading, I think, this duology by, hold a moment, let me find that, Isabel Ibanez. And it's called What the River Knows. That's the first one.
Yes.
And the second one is called Where the Library Hides. And it's about this young female character who's based in Rio, I think,
Okay.
somewhere in South America, kind of during like the 1920s. There's a magic world in it, but her parents are Egyptologists and she ends up going to Egypt to find out what's going on with them. So I'm very curious about this because anything to do with Egypt is my jam, like Egyptology, archaeology. So so those are on my immediate like that's what I've got. Coming up, I keep talking about this every time we talk because it's taking this long to get these books. Beartown, still waiting on that.
Feel great.
Yeah. Sarah Hogel and this book called The Folklore of Forever. It's kind of like this odd couple pairing. Like one girl is trying to resist her heritage. She's got, like enemies to lovers kind of romance, whatever. It looks like one of those. Is it going to be earth shattering? No. Is it going to be entertaining? Heck yeah. Can't wait. And then I am so excited. I am so excited about this. I cannot wait. So I've talked about it, but I love books by the author Mira Grant, and she also writes under the name Seanan McGuire. And when she writes under Seanan McGuire, they are usually more folklore, fairy tale, kind of fantasy. And when she writes under Mira Grant, they're usually science. They're usually science based, like biology and science based. They're all horror. Like it's always about how science fiction and fantasy intersect with horror. And she's got this new book coming that it's out, and I have it on hold. It's called Overgrowth. And so it's do we even want to use the labels that the publisher is trying to market? It's Day of the Triffids meets Gretchen Felker Martin's Cuckoo.
This one says on Fable, Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets Day of the Triffids. Like, I, if I see another line of marketing copy that says this meets that, I'm going to just spontaneously combust on this podcast.
Yeah.
I can't, I stop it. Stop it. I know
Yeah.
what you're trying to do. I don't want that to be the first line of marketing copy I read. Dang it.
I know. I know. So,
Don't
since
mind
she
it.
was 3 years old, Anastasia Miller has been telling anyone who would listen that she's an alien disguised as a human being and that the armada that left her on Earth is coming for her. Since she was 3 years old, no one has believed her. Now, with an alien signal from the stars being broadcast around the world, humanity is finally starting to realize it has already been warned and that it may be too late. The invasion is coming. Stasia's biological family is on the way to bring her home, and very few family reunions are willing to cross the gulf of space just for one misplaced child. What happens when you know what's coming and you refuse to listen? Yes.
That sounds
So,
interesting.
oh, I love Mira Grant. Like Mira Grant, Shauna McGuire. I've told you about the zombie books. Read them. Read her books. Read Newsfeed. Read Parasite. They're so good. And then, so we know I have the next book of Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned this. And since you mentioned this book, I've been seeing it everywhere. Charlotte McConaughey, Wild Dark Shore.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Let me know if you get it because I have a physical copy over here and we can buddy read it at the same time.
okay. All right. And then again, this is what like kind of like Riley Sager for you.
Yeah.
I really love reading books by Preston and Child. He's got this whole Prendergast series that's kind of over the top, and they've got this other series about a FBI agent who ends up kind of dealing with kind of you can't tell if they're going to be supernatural, but they're kind of horror, they're kind of biology, they're kind of history. So they're just kind of one of those. Do I love them? Sure. I'll read them because they're slightly more elevated than your usual cops and robbers kind of mystery. So I really like that. So that's what's coming up for me. Now, where will we turn our attention next?
Wait, before we turn, you said feed. Can I start with Feed by Mira Grant? Is that okay to start there? Because
Yes.
I just put it on
Yes.
hold. I put the audiobook
Yes.
on hold at the
Yes.
library.
Yes.
I'm not even gonna bother going through my Libby holds at this point of what's coming next because you guys, it's gonna be too much. But I do want to talk about summer, like other summer, like pop culture stuff. Are you going to see any movies? What's your plan there? Because I've already seen one. I have plans to see more. What's coming up for you?
Yes. So it's not a new book that's coming out, but it is a paperback release of a book that I read last year and loved by Robin Sloan, and it's called Moonbound. And they've just released the paperback version, but they have added some appendices and expanded world information into the paperback version. So I will be getting that. I'm looking forward to that coming out. And I'm also looking forward to Catabasis, the R of Kwong that's coming out, because that just sounds like it's going to be batshit insane and awesome. And as far as movies, especially when I was in seminary, everybody knew that on Fridays, as soon as I got done with work, I just headed over to the movie theater and would watch a movie. So I was the person who went every week to see a new movie. I am now the person who's like can't be bothered to remember that a movie is coming out.
I like counting down the days. Anytime a Marvel movie comes out, I'm like, Matt, have you reserved tickets yet? Have you reserved tickets yet for the movies? Can you do that? I am obsessed.
I've watched a bunch of movies this month, more than I have in a long time. So we'll talk about those.
Okay, so yeah, let's go through what we have recently watched and what we plan to watch.
Okay.
So, what have you watched recently?
Okay. So not a new to me, but I've rewatched since I can now watch it at home is the second part of Dune, Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And it's just every time,
Okay.
it's just this standing slow clap of awesome.
It's
It's
unbelievable,
just
isn't it?
so good. So good. I already liked the story. I already liked that world. There was a science sci-fi channel years ago where they did a mini series of the first one and the Children of Dune, which is one of the first roles that I ever saw James McAvoy in. And he was phenomenal. And ever since I saw him in Children of Dune, I have followed his career with great interest. But so I loved it. That series did a good job. Do not watch the one David Lynch's version. It is ugh, no. But Denis Villeneuve did such a fantastic job.
I feel like it really got robbed at the Academy Awards this year. Like I was, everyone was like, "Dude, what's that?" I'm like, "Guys, this
Yeah,
was unbelievable. Like,
yeah,
what are we doing here?"
right, right. And I just, yes. So standing ovation, slow clap. Always love that. I we texted about this. I watched Robert Eggers' Nosferatu. And I'm just like, well, I mean, Victorian, overwrought, insane. I don't know what else to say about this.
I think atmospheric is the correct word for Robert
Yeah,
Eggers'
it is
Nosferatu.
straight up vibes. It
Yes.
is straight up vibes.
And I get it. I That is one movie I regret not seeing in the theaters. There's actually, I told you
Okay.
this as well. I said I regret 2 years ago not seeing Oppenheimer in the theaters, and I regret not seeing Nosferatu in the theaters because I think it would have been so immersive in the theaters that
Yeah,
it
yeah,
really would
yeah,
have.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, it's. I
yeah.
mean,
So that was I was glad I did not go see it. I was glad I did not pay to see it in the theater because I just yeah, it and like I am the child who vampires raised. So, I don't mind a good vampire. I love Dracula. You know, I've seen the original Nosferatu.
yeah,
Like vampires are not the problem. I'm just I had a hard time, like it was slow
it
and I
is
did not
slow.
care about any of the characters. And it was just like and sometimes it just felt tonally weird.
Yeah,
And
it's a
so
weird
but
movie.
it was vibes, it was interesting, I saw it. I
So
saw
it,
it.
now Sinners is streaming, so you should go do
Oh,
a
okay.
palate cleanser and go find where you can watch that because
Yeah,
I'm just saying that is the movie. If that movie does not get any awards this year, I'm giving up. Like obviously
yeah,
we all
yeah,
know Wicked Part 2 is going to be getting awards it got snubbed at the last Academy Awards.
yeah,
We know they're waiting
yeah,
for part 2. Amelia Perez got like everything, and so did what the other one with what's her name in it. I can't
yeah,
remember what it's called,
yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, yeah. So I got 3 more.
Okay.
I got 3 more things that I watched. This was one of those where it was like middle of the night when I couldn't sleep and I was tired of laying in my bed and I couldn't find anything to read. So I was like, well, let me go see what I can watch. And I ended up watching Argyle.
Oh
I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, did you ever see Kingsman,
no, it's
the
like something I've
Kingsman
always
movie?
wanted to watch, but I never got around to it.
I did not realize before watching, right, like when I went into watching, but the same writer director, Matthew Vaughn of Argyle, did The Kingsman. So if not for, well, not for you, but for anyone else who's watching who watched Kingsman, who liked the style, liked the vibe, liked how they told the stories, you're going to enjoy Argyle. If you're kind of, it gets a little ridiculous at the end, but it's still fun. I enjoyed it. And, my guy, Henry Cavill, has a part in it, and I never mind an opportunity to look at him. So, uh, I saw. You're not on Instagram, so I can't share this video with you. But it was like this little scene video someone posted, like, "Mom, don't get into stranger cars with strangers." And then this next shot, Henry Cavill, get in. And then this vision of this guy fishtailing into a car. And I'm like, where's the lie?
Oh, Henry Cavill, bless his heart.
And then I had seen it before, but I ended up watching. So I have 2 more. I had seen it before. I'd ended up watching it over the course of a couple of mornings, like with my morning coffee. The new Jumanji with Dwayne Johnson and everybody. I enjoy
It's
that.
so good. Like I grew up on Jumanji, the movie, the original.
Okay. I remember seeing the original. I don't remember much
Okay,
about it.
my brother and
But yeah,
I like on the regular watched the old Jumanji and the Chris Van Allsburg book. Let's not forget this is
yeah,
based on one of the best fiction, juvenile fiction writers of all time and illustrators.
yeah,
And we went in, we watched Jumanji in theaters. I remember when it came out, and we were both like, they're gonna screw this up. We were so skeptical going into Jumanji, and like
yeah.
we left them and we were like, That was so good. All of the new
Yeah,
Jumanjis are they're so good. I love
yeah,
them.
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, so I can't wait. So I'm gonna watch the next one.
It's
I've been
good.
kind of like dipping around into the different Mission Impossible movies because at some point we will be seeing the new Mission Impossible. Haven't seen it yet. So I've been watching that. Oh, lie. Now I have two more. So we watched The Accountant 2. We watched
Good.
that the other night. It was. So this is rare for me. I have a pretty good memory for things I read and watch. Like if maybe I don't remember a title or something, but I can generally remember enough about the story or whatever. So I had started rewatching the first one. I know I've seen the first one. I had started rewatching it, but I hadn't gotten very far into it when my family decided they wanted to watch the second one. I was so lost in watching the second one and the dynamics of what happened in the second one because I did not remember a single thing about the first one.
Never seen the first one, but I saw the previews for it and was like, "Oh, this looks
Yeah.
decent."
I know that there's been some kind of talk about the portrayal of autistic people with autism. I cannot speak to that. So all I can say is, as far as delivering a character and delivering a story, I think they did a good job with that.
Sure.
It was interesting. I mean, it's an action movie. It's The Accountant 2 deals with child trafficking, which was kind of hard for me to watch,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, props for dealing with that topic, but it was also just kind of, you know, left a film over my mood for a while afterwards. So
Yeah.
go into that. And then finally, the last thing. So I liked it. I mean, it's an action movie. Ben Affleck does a good job. It's fine. And then the last thing that I watched was a kind of was like more of a documentary-ish, but it's Derek Del Gaudio and it's on Hulu right now. I was recommended this by one of my podcast guests, my people watching podcast
Yeah,
guests.
yeah.
It's called and the title of it is called In and of Itself. And Derek Del Gaudio, it's a one-man show that he did in New York for a couple of years. And when you go into the show, when you're going into the theater, there's actually like an installation where every attendee goes and they pick out like there's like little note cards with, accountant, idiot, dreamer, traveler, like all of these kinds of identity labels that we would give to ourselves. And you pick one. And then you like remember what it is. And then you go into the show and it's all about identity and it's all about figuring out who you are. And Derek Del Gaudio, like he doesn't mind when you use the name, like the title magician, like that's not what he calls himself. But he actually was one of the advisors on the movie The Prestige years ago.
Great
So,
movie.
you know, yes, yes. So, if you're a level of magician or illusionist that they want advising, like you've got to be pretty
You
good.
gotta know what you're doing.
And yeah. And so there is at every point in the show, Derek Del Gaudio would find one of the people, he would get a volunteer, and they would get most of the way through the show, but he would make them leave. And he said, "You have to be willing to come back tomorrow night." And so when they're on the way out, he actually gives them, he like uses the analogy of a captain's logbook, like a ship's logbook, because you always would take like your latitude, longitude, you would write the weather and you would track what happened every single day as the ship's captain to kind of like navigate your way. And he said, he gives them this book. It's huge. Like it's probably this thick, at least a good 6, 7 inches thick. And he said, "You have to write in the next 24 hours how you think this show ends." And then he comes back, and then the person comes back and they share a little bit about it and they find out how the show ends. Like they actually find, but it's woven into it. And there's a
Cool.
moment, and there's a section at the very end where he starts naming, like he has everyone stand up and he goes row by row and he starts naming because good magicians, good illusionists, they read body language. So they're learning to read the tells of what people respond to when he starts naming all these different identity labels that they chose for themselves at the beginning. And he just has this where he goes row by row, he says each one, and he just has this moment of they stare at each other. They're crying, they're laughing, you can just see this visible, someone has seen me, and it is life changing.
That's
And
cool.
it was just this interesting mix of like physical poetry and reflection. I don't know. As someone who is very creative and artistic, like when I see someone who does something like that
Yeah,
so well,
you
I'm
like
just
it.
like, yes. But I just think it was a lovely exploration of identity and meaning in today. So
Mhm.
that was what I have been reading. Mission Impossible. What else is coming out? I should look and see what's coming out. You start talking about what you've read, and then we'll see if we overlap on what's coming out.
Or what I've watched, because I've already talked a lot about what I've read. I watched, so I saw Thunderbolts. I think that might have been right after we filmed the last one, and I loved
Yeah.
it. I think it's a really, I would love for them to continue down the road of like more stylized MCU shows and stuff.
Okay.
I think that's great. I'm a person like I don't mind Iron Man 3. I think it's one of the most stylized in the earlier phases. I think it's good.
Mhm.
And was a big fan of Multiverse of Madness. I think the Sam Raimi stuff.
That was one of my favorite
I
ones
loved
of
it.
recent memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know like a lot of people, I really think I would have liked Chloe Zhao's Eternals better if it had been a show and not a. I just did not feel like there was enough time. I did not connect with the characters.
Sure.
I think that shows that movie suffered from there's like such a massive. Here's all these new characters. Like not only like whereas
Mhm.
all the other movies coming out new characters that we were meeting, but then they did
Mhm.
a whole movie with all new characters in it. And you're
Right.
like, I have nothing to anchor this on. And that was what was really hard for that.
Right.
And
Right.
then the people they spent the most time on were the ones that were no bueno. There was a lot of bad MCU material that came out, I think, that was just rushed and trying to, and I'm still not sold. Like the whole, let's bring, what's his name, Robert Downey Jr. back as Doctor Doom. I mean, I get it. I feel for them. It really stinks when your main big bad guy gets in a PR scandal and you gotta, like, it's not a good situation to be in as a massive $1 billion company. I don't feel bad for Disney. I think they'll be fine. But it's not great for the creative trajectory of the storyline, if you get where I'm going with this.
Sure.
But I think Thunderbolts was a really great, it was funny. It was so funny. Florence Pugh, my gosh, she acted the crap out of that movie and it really carried the whole movie in a way that I think
Okay.
just it was, and I really like the whole shift we've had since Inside Out. But the whole, and actually really the shift has been, it started I think with Frozen and then it's developed since then where the bad person, like the bad guy's not a bad guy, it's like a bad conflict, a thing, an external force, a misunderstanding, something, which I think helps us rethink through. I actually think it's a really great teaching tool for viewers to stop. You would think it, and I have hope, but like to stop demonizing people. So we have other
Sure.
people that I guess have taken up the mantle and the vacuum of our media companies in our
Mhm.
politics who've decided if the movies aren't going to make somebody out to be a bad guy, we'll go ahead and do that. And, you know,
Sure.
they are, it's not good in my opinion. But I would say this movie, I think, is in that similar vein of there's complexity with the villain and the rationale for there being a villain is complicated.
Mhm.
And I loved it. I thought it was
Mhm.
great. We also went and saw Mission Impossible. I
Okay.
really liked it. If you're a Mission Impossible fan, Mission Impossible has always, I remember going to the theater in elementary school when the first Mission Impossible came out. And
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it was, and I remember being like, this is so cool. And I remember I was young. I was probably like 8 or something like that when I saw Mission, like probably my Asher's age. And I
Yeah.
did not understand what was happening in the plot. So I had to have my
Sure.
parents like explain it to me. And of course, there was no Wikipedia. So like somebody had to actually
Sure.
explain
Yeah.
to you
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happened. And I
Yeah.
remember just thinking, oh my gosh, this is so cool. This movie's working my brain as like a young person. I was like, this is so cool. And there's all
Yeah.
these twisties and turnies. And now the tropes are all there. Somebody's going to pull off a
Yeah.
mask or
Yeah.
somebody's going to,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
It still doesn't get old.
it doesn't
They
get
do it well.
old. There was a real weird moment in the Mission Impossible world where like John Woo did the MI2 is weird. It's very off-brand. I think they hadn't figured out their tonally what was
Oh,
going
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And as much as J.J.
So
Abrams,
did and had Tom Cruise, like, become a producer at that point?
I don't.
Because I think once he became a producer, I
Yeah,
think it
there
got a
was
lot more
way more
consistent.
content. I think he must have gotten more creative control over the movies. I think he was
Yeah.
actually involved at a high level even from the beginning, but I do think whatever that was, he may have just been a name. He definitely seems to over time have taken more creative control over the
Yeah.
trajectory.
Yeah.
And I loved this one. I was worried
Okay.
because I said to Matt, we like ordered tickets and I was like, I guess we need to watch them all. He's like, Rachel, we're going in like 2 days. There's not time to watch all of the Mission Impossible movies again. And we had watched them all prior to last year or a year, 2 years
Sure.
ago, and or whenever it was when
Yeah.
we went.
Yeah. Whenever the last movie came out, like,
Yeah.
I was caught up to that point.
Yeah, and I was worried I was gonna have forgotten some things. They do a really good job of nudging the viewer through. Remember this from this one.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Mm.
I felt like that was really helpful. Also, fun fact, what's his name? Nick Offerman is in the movie. And so anytime Nick Offerman's in a movie, because he graduated from the high school that my kids go to. So I'm always like, look, it's Nick Offerman. Like, you too could be a famous actor who's like helping save the president of the United States. Like, anything's possible. So, like, anytime we have a like, you too could be voicing a Smurf one day. Like, whatever it is, you could also survive the zombie apocalypse, like in The Last of Us. We are big Nick
Cool.
Offerman fans here down in Manuka,
Oh, speaking of
Illinois.
zombies, I mean, 28 years later.
I'm getting to that. I got a story for you, Megan. So, loved Mission Impossible. There was some. Let me just say this: if you're a big fan, you're a big fan. I definitely think this could legitimately be the wrap up. There's some things that happen that make you
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's done. I do think that there's room. There's some characters that I would be open to watching a reboot with Tom as more of the consulty kind of MI6 consulty.
Like the grand elder.
Yes. And then there's a
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
young
Yeah.
character in this that I think could be the next. I would love to see that
Okay.
happen.
Like,
And then there's some,
next gen kind
yeah,
of.
and there's some
Yeah.
great Easter eggs all the way back to the first one that are
Oh,
so
nice.
expertly done. So go see
Nice.
it. It's
Yeah.
great. I loved it. Coming
Yeah.
out, movies coming out.
Yeah.
We,
What did mom just texted me? My mother just texted me and she said, "What is it that she wants?" She says, "I want to go see this for my birthday." What is this? What does she want to see? Oh, F1 with Brad
oh
Pitt.
yeah.
That's a racing movie. Okay. I
It's
know nothing about it. Fine.
There was
Good.
another one
Cool.
that came
We'll
out.
do that.
Oh, what was the one that Gran Turismo that came out like last year or the year before? It was fine. It looks fun. It looks like a
Yeah.
good. It looks like a good. The F1 looks like a good theater movie. Yeah. So
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
28 years later. Okay, so two movies are coming out. Obviously, Life of Chuck releases this weekend. That's Mike Flanagan directed. So I will absolutely be going to see Life of Chuck. I'm probably gonna cry. It's not a horror movie, but it is based off a Stephen King short story. It's gonna be a tearjerker, and I can't wait to see it. Who are we just? Oh no, you're talking about James McAvoy. I was thinking about. Oh, we were talking about MCU. Tom Hiddleston's in this one, and I think it's gonna be
Yay!
good.
Also love Tom Hiddles.
Yeah, obviously 28 years later is coming out next week. I will be seeing that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Alex Garland is back, as is Danny
Is
Boyle.
Josh Hartnett in this?
No,
Is
you're
your
thinking,
boy in this?
no, you mean Killian Murphy? Is that who you're thinking from the original? Josh Hartnett's not in the original. You're
Oh,
thinking
I
about
thought Josh Hartnett was in that franchise.
It's Killian Murphy.
Gotcha. Okay.
But no, we hear no, he's not in it, but he might be in. They're doing another one, and anyway, it might be Aaron Taylor Johnson that's in this one, and but the original team is back, right? So obviously, I was like, oh
Okay.
my gosh, we've got to go see this. 20 Days Later scarred me for life. The original scarred me for life in a good way. I hate zombies. I have escape plan everywhere. There, like it. I was ready. Let me actually start back. My parents thought it was a great idea love you guys, but this was not a great idea to show me George Romero's Night of the Living Dead when I was like under the age of 7. Okay. I was a child
Oh,
and thought my mom's,
oh,
it's black and white. It's fine. It wasn't fine. And zombies Loki
fine.
scared me, but like I had a plan, right? Zombies in the George Romero world were like slow. And then I saw, and it was like a back to back, and it really messed with my brain. But it was like I was ready as a high schooler for and a young college girl, like for zombie apocalypse. Like I could sort this stuff out. And then it was 20 days later, and then the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead, and they have fast zombies. And I was like, what? Like, you can't just change the rules like that. Like, I'm not ready for fast zombies that infect me in 10 seconds, right? That's the thing with 20 days later. It's like you get the rage virus and you're sick within, you're a zombie in 15 seconds. So I was like, totally destroyed by these movies. And oh, Ray Fine is in this movie though, which I'm really excited about too. I don't know what his character is, but I'm super excited about that. We should also mention that Sunrise on the Reaping casting just came out as well. They have that has been the elite marketing. We want to talk about elite marketing. Let me just sidebar. Sunrise on the Reaping casting for the movie when it comes out is so good, and Ray Fine's going to be in that too, and he's going to be the young President Snow, and so I'm really excited about that. But this I showed my older two. I was like, because Asher was out at soccer. I was like, guys, we gotta watch 28 Days Later right now. So we're ready. And they're like, what about 28 weeks later? And I was like, I think we can actually skip that one. I'm not super concerned. That's the one with Jeremy Renner in it. And I was like, but let's just get through 28 days so you get what's going on. And like those
Yeah.
kids on their phones the whole time. And I'm like, were you guys not scared? And they're like, it looked old. It was fine. And I'm like, who are you? So this is my seventh and ninth grader, and they're both just, it's fine. We're excited about the new, like, we're excited to see the new one because it's gonna look new and cool. But they're like, that one was like, it was old looking. So anyway, that's how scared my children
Ah,
were. They were like,
that's funny. That's funny. Well, have you guys seen or will you go see? Well, it's out today. How to Train Your Dragon, the live
oh
action.
yes, yes, that's the other one. My daughter will make us go see How to Train Your Dragon. That is like her movie that she grew up on. She's like a huge How to Train Your Dragon. She's watched the thing. Like she like the show on Netflix. She's watched the movies. They are like huge for her. We all love
Yeah.
them. Such
Yeah.
amazing movies. We will go watch it. I've heard it's more like a shot for shot. I live
Okay.
action is one of those things that like can it be done well? I don't actually know. There's no live action that I've been like,
Sure.
wow,
Sure.
this is so great. You do
Yeah.
it shot for shot or do you not? I don't know, but we'll go see
Right.
it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We will
Oh,
all
I'm just looking ahead and I'm seeing that I have not seen this. I know you have seen it, but Megan 2.0.
Oh yes, that's the other one. Yes, me and my older two will definitely go see Megan 2.0. It looks absolutely unhinged and absurd. I don't know if you've watched the trailer for it. Like Megan, the original was campy. This is like unapologetically campy, like on every level. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be absurd. Yeah, me and my older two will go see Megan 2.0. And my younger one and
Excellent.
me will
Excellent.
definitely go see Elio because, like, in an attempt to communicate to the big billionaires of the world that I would like original IP and not franchises and not sequels and not reboots and not live actions of things that already exist. I was like, we are going to go see Elio. We're going to go see it. We're going to go support. And my older two are like, we're not going to see Elio. And I'm like, guys, do you want to just have forever reboots and franchises and number two, number 20, number whatever? Because that's what we're going to end up with if no one goes and sees Elio. We need to communicate to them we want original material. So I will be going to see Elio on principle. And
Is this a Pixar
yeah, it's
or
like,
Disney?
yeah, it's like I think it's either Disney or Pixar, but yeah, like I'm gonna go see it because it needs to be seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of like the big, oh, and the other one, I will, my son, Ian wants to go see Jurassic Park. That comes out in July. Shocker or reboot. I do
Mm.
watching Jurassic Park in theaters. I might go see it. He's probably gonna beg. He also wants to see the new Superman because it's James Gunn, right? This is James Gunn's first foray in taking over the DCU. So
Okay. Okay.
he was the one that said to me, and I was surprised he even knew because I was like, I don't know if I want to go see Superman. He's like, Mom, it's James Gunn. We've got to go see it, like Guardians. And I was like, okay.
All right.
And then
You're
I
paying
think that,
attention. All right.
yeah, and I believe the new Fantastic Four comes out this summer as well.
I'm curious about that one. I saw a preview for it. What was it? I don't remember what I went to see. I don't remember the last thing I went to see in the theater. Was it John Wick 4?
Ballerina.
John Wick 4, John Wick is one of those movies, like, I know exactly what I'm getting.
Mm.
There's gonna be no surprises in that. You're just gonna go along for the ride. It's the same way with the Underworld movies.
Oh, yeah.
They're horrible movies. They're my emotional support background movie. I will if you make one, I will go see it.
I have three emotional background movies that I will watch always on. If they're on, I'm watching them. One
Yeah.
is Twister, the original. I love Twister.
Okay.
Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, just love it. Number two is Con Air with Nick Cage.
Oh,
Nick
yeah,
Cage is,
yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, Cameron Poe,
Yeah,
long hair.
yeah,
There's just nothing like
yeah,
watching. Also,
yeah.
it has what's his name in
That's
it?
how we feel about Face Off,
Yeah,
him and
Face
John
Off is
Travolta.
that era for Nick Cage is like one of my favorite Nick Cage
Yes,
eras.
yes,
Like, and then
yeah,
right after
yeah,
that into National Treasure, like he's just a great moment for him.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then also Con Air has John Malkovich in it, which I just feel, and I really loved at the time when he dropped off. And I'm hoping he has a Brendan Fraser like comeback situation or Josh Hartnett comeback is John Cusack. Like, where did he go? Remember, like John Cusack was in
Yeah.
everything. And I love A Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil,
Ever seen Grosse
Identity.
Point Blank?
Yeah, Gross Point Blank. Yeah, like all this,
Yeah,
right? Like, where did he go? Anyway, so John Cusack.
yeah.
And then also my third movie is Deep Blue Sea, which is the one about the smart sharks that kill everybody and Morgan Freeman's
Okay,
in it.
yes, yeah, I will never, never. I like, everybody has that one thing that is just unreasonable, illogical, and all-encompassing. Like for my mom, it's snakes. For somebody else, it's spiders. For me, it's sharks. Like anytime I see a shark movie, I'm just like, nope, 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 nope,
I
nope.
think there's a counterphobic six in me, but like I hate sharks too. And I'll be like, I must go. It's like zombies. Like I will go watch it. Like I will go expose myself to my
Sharks could
deepest
actually
fear.
happen, Rachel.
I
Like that's the thing. Like sharks could have. Will I ever set foot in the ocean? Even a tiptoe in the ocean? No,
big ocean
no.
girl either. That seems
Yeah, I
unrealistic for
don't like
me.
the beach. I mean, bleh.
Oh, there are a
Yeah.
couple other movies I did want to point out that are coming out. There is my daughter wants to go see the reboot or like the sequel far slash reboot of I Know What You Did Last Summer, but she's not seen the first one or the second one, which like that to me is like a classic. Like I Know What You Did, Scream in that period, like Urban Legend, those movies are like a little
Yeah,
trifecta
yeah,
of like scary.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
the other one that I want to watch too is we're into September. There are two in September that I do plan on seeing. One of them is The Long Walk, which is also based on a Stephen King thing. And it's like
Okay.
they just are like walking, and if you like stop walking, you die, basically. And then Jordan Peele has a movie coming
Freakier
out.
Friday. They're doing a Freakier Friday. I love that movie
Yeah.
with Jamie Foxx. I
There
like that one.
Well, Jordan Peele's the producer. It's Justin Tipping is the director, but it's called Him. And my older two really want to see that. It looks very Get Out or Us or Nope kind of vibes.
What's the name of it again?
Him, Him.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
about a football. The little premise is him centers on a promising young football player invited to train at the isolated compound of a dynasty team's aging QB1. The legendary quarterback takes his protege on a blood-chilling journey into the inner sanctum of fame, power, and pursuit of the excellence at any cost. It's like very psychological and like the
Okay.
psychology of athletics and all of that. So,
Okay.
and but like a
Yeah. Yeah.
horror. So we'll go see that.
Okay. I was just skimming through IMDb
Yeah.
and just trying to kind of get a sense of what was coming out, what have I heard of. And I just heard about this recently and I do want to go see it. Spinal Tap 2.
You would.
My aunt and I love this movie. And we made everyone watch it with us. And everyone else was like, what? Why? Why have you subjected us to this? And my aunt and I are dying laughing. So I love this movie. I love it. They want to film in Dublin. Doubly, doubly, doubly. Dolby stereo. And
That feels like
there's a
on
moment
brand for you.
where Rob Reiner, the documentary, he's talking with one of the characters, and the character, because it's a hair band, it's a heavy metal, it's a 70s heavy metal
Yeah.
like glam rock band, and he plays this absolutely beautiful piano piece, something you do not expect a metal
Yeah.
singer to come out with. And Rob Reiner's like, "Oh, this is beautiful. This is amazing. What do you call it?" "Lick my love pump." That's what I call it.
You yeah, I
It's
think
one of those where it's like they always go for the lowest common denominator.
yeah,
It is hilarious.
and you love it.
So,
It's y-
yeah.
it's definitely your brand of weird,
Yes, yes,
quirky, funny. Yeah.
yes, yes. And stupid, and, once in a while, you just gotta. I'm trying to look through anything else. You know what? Okay, speaking of Nick Cage, did you ever see Season of the Witch?
I don't think so.
With him and Ron Perlman?
I don't think so. Was it good?
I like it. You know, like, maybe we should not take my advice on anything, but I did like this movie. I thought it was because it takes place in the Middle Ages during the Crusades.
Okay.
And, because I think Nick Cage doesn't, he does, something about Nick Cage is really drawn to supernatural films. So this is a whole level supernatural. It's really well done. And there's a scene where they do like a little montage of them fighting as like foot soldiers in Crusade wars. And one of the characters goes, "Do you ever get the feeling God has a lot of enemies?" Someone else goes, "Well, it's not real easy being his friend either." And I'm like, that is a true statement.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. I'm just trying to, yeah. So I'm probably gonna I'm gonna watch the second Jumanji at some point soon because
Yeah,
I forgot how much I enjoyed the first one with Dwayne Johnson, and
good.
they just had fantastic chemistry. And have you seen, I have not seen it. Have you seen the Tetris with Jack Black that just came out?
No, I have not.
Oh, no, 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 Minecraft.
Oh,
Sorry,
Minecraft.
Minecraft. Sorry.
Did
I was just
I
like
did
losing.
I see Minecraft? Do I
I
have an
saw you.
elementary school boy living in my house who yelled chicken jock? Like it was an experience in the theater. Like all kinds of mayhem and tomfoolery. First of all, they were like it was the weirdest thing to be in a movie theater like that. And I'm clearly not the target audience for this movie. My children are, and they're all like saying things in the movie as it's happening that I don't even know what they're referring to. So all the kids will like yell really loud when there's this moment where they say chicken jockey and everybody yells and people are like throwing stuff in the air and screaming, and I'm like, what is there's nothing indicative in this whole movie that we would be acting like this. And there were like other weird
Yes.
things, like all these other little Easter eggs that they like everybody collectively in the theater would say something, and I was like, I am clearly not the inside conference, but I enjoyed it. I love anything Jack Black is in. I think he's funny. I
Yes.
think he must be a peach to work with because like he's just like ad-libbing stuff. Like you can tell he's just like making stuff up. Like it's
He's
just
just
funny.
he is the type of comedian, he is the type of actor who's just like, "Let me just throw everything on the wall,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe something will stick, and we'll see, and whatever it is, it's gonna be fine, I'll go with it." But, yeah, why I asked about it, because it was just I him and Jumanji was just, like, the most
So
perfect
they're like, can
character.
you method act as like a 16-year-old girl who's like low-key pissed off about being here with all these losers? He's like, yeah, sure, got it. He's so funny. He's so funny in Jumanji. He's so funny. Like we went back and watched, my son loved it. And it's rare that my kids go back and watch a movie that's like from my like childhood or like college days or
Mhm.
whatever. And they're like, this is
Yeah.
great. They're usually like I showed them Meet the Parents, and they're like, so is it like the like over and over socially awkward situations that like Ben Stiller's in, is that supposed to be funny? And I was like, yeah, yeah, it was supposed to be funny. And they're like, oh, okay. So that's like how most of like our movie watching experiences when I'm
You
doing
see your
anything.
kids doing that.
It's they just like low key are like almost embarrassed at my humor, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like I don't know, I grew up in the 90s. It was a weird time. We like socially
It was a
awkward
weird
things.
time.
It was,
It was a weird
okay. Like, don't let anybody tell you different. Every time I hear any person be like, let's go back to the good old days, I'm like, does anybody remember growing up in the 90s and early 2000s? Like, does no one remember? Does no one remember the legit body dysmorphia that we all had in like the early 2000s? Does no one remember Abercrombie and Fitch's marketing ads? Does no one remember how terrible we were to Britney Spears? Apparently not, because there are like a
Apparently
whole
not.
group of people in their like 50s and 60s are like the good old days, the 90s. And I'm like, yes, the 90s when nobody went to therapy because they thought it was like a problem to do. Like, let's not go
Being
back to
someone
the
who hit
90s.
puberty in the 90s, it's the best music.
The
Just saying.
90s did have good music. We
Yeah.
had great, there's a lot of good phases though of good music. I thought during the recession, the 2008 recession, we had some great music too. There were good movies in the 90s, but I don't want to go back to the 90s. I don't want to go back
No,
to the
no,
90s.
no,
Um,
no.
oh, yes, so I did see that, and but oh, the one movie that was where I was going. The one movie that my middle son was like, "Oh, this is really funny," was Nacho Libre, and I was like, "At least something stood the test of time."
Ah,
So Nacho Libre, there you go. He thought it was hilarious. He also
I remember
liked
watching
Napoleon
that.
Dynamite, and that made me happy too, which is not Jack Black, but
Napoleon Dynamite is one of those movies where I feel like it's the community around that movie that's funnier than the movie
it
itself.
was so quotable at the time, you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
there was no internet at that time. Like we weren't like, I mean, there was internet, but we weren't,
yeah,
there was no YouTube. There was
yeah,
no like, and
yeah,
remember how
yeah,
slow meme culture was? Like a meme could last
yeah,
for months. They don't last for months anymore.
yeah.
They last for like days, if maybe
Right,
weeks, if
right.
you're
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah, yeah.
So
I saw Nacho Libre. So I'm from Rachel and I are both from Virginia. You were from the kind of the Richmond area. I was from the DC area. But I moved to Dallas, Texas to go to seminary. So I just did a big old culture shift change
yeah, you
all the
did.
way. And my first apartment was an hour and a half south of Dallas in a non-air conditioned garage apartment in Texas in 100-degree plus weather in August. And the only way I was able, yes, and at night, my host family would be like, would you like to watch a movie? Yes, I would love to watch a movie in your air conditioned house.
Sounds great. Sounds lovely.
And Nacho Libre was one of them. And they had a 7-year-old son at the time who just thought every scene was absolutely hysterical. And,
It
there was a
was.
lot that was funny.
It is a funny movie. It's so funny. And I watched it in college.
So, all right, folks, we have wandered. We did not talk about surveillance capitalism. We are thrilled that we didn't talk about surveillance capitalism. It feels like vacation
Yeah,
to not talk about it. But we did talk about all of our favorite things, upcoming things, and I guess
summer.
we'll see you when we see you.
Yeah, enjoy your summer reading and viewing, and let us know what you are going to be reading this summer.
Woo, woo. All right. Bye.